It is my profound honor to be the first president in history to attend the March for Life. We're here for a very simple reason: to defend the right of every child, born and unborn, to fulfill their God-given potential. From the first day in office, I've taken a historic action to support America's families and to protect the unborn. For 47 years, Americans of all backgrounds have traveled from across the country to stand for life.
Since 1974, pro-life individuals have collectively marched for life in the month of January, near the anniversary of when Roe v. Wade was decided, January 22nd, 1973, coming together across the country and even the world to give voice to the voiceless, whether the corrupt news media covers them or not. Joining us now with more on this year's March for Life, themed Equality Begins in the Womb, General Counsel with Alliance Defending Freedom, who is also speaking at the March for Life rally, Kristen Waggoner. Kristen, tell us about the march tomorrow.
Well, the March for Life is the world's largest human rights demonstration. It takes place every year on the anniversary of the Supreme Court's decision in Roe versus Wade. And this year it will be the 49th and hopefully the last time we have to march to urge the court to overturn Roe versus Wade.
President Trump was the first president to actually speak at the March for Life. Of course, he was the most pro-life president in the history of our country. Right now, we don't have a pro-life any kind of movement in D.C. in terms of leadership, but across the country, what we saw in Texas, the pro-life movement is growing.
Well, I would say the pro-life movement is very large, and right now the United States Supreme Court is positioned to decide the Dobbs case out of Mississippi, and hopefully they will be overturning Roe versus Wade, which has no basis in the Constitution, no basis in American law, and certainly no basis in our nation's history.
When Democrats talk about this, they always want to talk about a woman's right to choose. They never want to talk about, well, some of them have actually, through the slip of a tongue, talked about late-term abortion, even abortion after birth, which is murder. They're extremists in this. This is not simply talking about the first part of a pregnancy. They want the ability to kill a baby after birth.
We are one of 6 nations in the company of China and North Korea that allow abortion up until the time of birth. We have the most extreme abortion laws. Many countries have much better protections for life than we do, but hopefully that will change. And the U.S. Supreme Court will undo the wrong that it committed, and the states and the voters will be able to make these decisions on a state-by-state basis.
Equality Begins in the Womb is the theme of this year's March for Life. Can you tell us about that theme? Because the left, you would think, would want to talk about equality.
Well, the pro-life movement is all about equality, and that includes equality for unborn children. The abortion industry is pitting women against their children, and that's wrong. We don't need abortion for women to be successful. And as I mentioned, we have the most extreme abortion laws in the world. And in addition, the real answer to this is empowering women to choose life and to support them in that process.
How can people support the movement? They can go to your website or show up tomorrow. Are you still accepting registrations?
Sure, they can show up at the National Mall and join thousands of others in Marching for Life. They can also, some states have Marches for Life as well, and they can be active in their legislatures and in their communities supporting the pro-life position. They can also support their pregnancy resource centers. There are thousands of centers around the country that are there to support women and their unborn children. And lastly, they can support laws that limit abortions.
Kristen, thank you for the good work that you're doing. We're all going to be watching the event, of course, streaming it online. Thank you, though, for this work that goes on year after year, because the movement, it's not just in January, it's all throughout the years. People are fighting for life for those who don't have a voice. So God bless you, and keep us posted on your efforts.
Thank you.